It's your girl Shar. Shar. I'm back. Jazz fingers. How you guys doing? I know it's been a long time, and I know you've been like, girl, where you been? Well, you know, 2020 was a challenging year. It was a very, very challenging year. And I just wanted to come here to give you guys an update because, you know, we're moving into 2021 and just, you know, discuss 2020 a little bit and just let you know where I'm at. So I'm Shar from All Things Shar, and All Things Shar encompass a few things. And first I want to say, I want to give, you know, send out my sincere thoughts and prayers and you know, get well to everyone that's out there suffering with complications with you know, the pandemic, COVID-19, and you know, and also mental health with, you know, everything that's going on. So I just want to say that first and foremost. Also, I want to talk a little bit about what's going on, what's happening. I mean, 2020, you know, there was a pandemic, there was a protest, there was Black Lives Matter. There was a lot going on in 2020. I'm not going to address any of those on this platform, but just give you an update of what's going on with All Things Shar, because, you know, with all of those things, whether it's the pandemic, you know, the protest, Black Lives Matter, you know, I'm just praying that we will all get to a place of get to a better place and be better. And that's what I'm praying for, that we will all get to a better place and just be better as a country, as a community, and as a person. So with that being said, All Things Shar. Let's go on. A lot is going on. So All Things Shar encompass a lot of different business ventures that I've had. And I know that sometimes when I announce a business venture, they be like, girl, you do that too? I know. I do a lot of things, and I do them over years. It just takes a long time for it to come to the light. To put out there. So I just kind of want to give an update, and just so you know where I'm going, where I'm thinking, and what's happening. So first and foremost, let's start with the travel agency. So let's jump right into it and start with that. So Lux Travel is my travel agency. It's one of the business ventures that's under All Things Shar, and it was starting out to be a great year in 2020 for Lux Travel. We had a lot of things going on. I was able to get certified as a service-connected disabled veteran business through the Department of Veteran Affairs. We were listed into the GSA system. So I was going to be able to bid on contracts as a minority-owned business and also as a veteran. So I was really excited, and I was looking forward to that. Also, there was 2 women in the travel agency world that I've come to know. They have put together 2 great trips. One was to Dubai and one was a cruise. I was looking forward to that. I was going to invite, not only was I going to go, but I was going to invite my friends, my family, my network, and everyone to go on these trips because, you know, just, you know, get together and have a great time. You know, 2020 was supposed to be a great year for Lux Travel, but what happened was, in the reality of it, because of the pandemic, because there were so many cases of COVID-19, and not only were people getting COVID-19, but people are also passing away from COVID-19, and they're still getting COVID-19, they're still passing away from COVID-19. So a lot of things that happen is, you know, family trips and things like that got pushed back, got delayed, and then they got canceled. I mean, literally canceled. And I understand, you know, it's a pandemic and people are getting sick and people passing away. But, you know, as, you know, we're used to just, you know, fixing it and then moving on and getting back into reality. And that 2020 wasn't having it. 2020 was not having it. So, and then there was, you know, the protest and, you know, the death of George Floyd, and then the Black Lives Matter, and then there was a lot of other things. So 2020 was was the year of I guess almost understanding where we are as a country, like, and some of the underlying things that are happening that you think that are not happening but are happening, and you become aware, and now we're forced to just be better. Love thy neighbor. Very simple. So with that, Lux Travel, I decided, like, what would be the best step to take Lux Travel? And the best step to take Lux Travel was to have a platform so we could have a conversation, we could have a dialogue about, what's going on as far as, like, when we travel. Because I think that's what people want to know. People want to know, if they go to Jamaica, they go to Cancun, they go to Aruba, they go to Barbados, or wherever they're going to go, what are some of the safety protocols? Are they wearing masks? Are they social distancing? Are they wearing masks? Are they social distancing? Are, like, food? How are we dealing with the food situation? Am I being seated? Are you bringing me a plate? Am I ordering from a menu? Or are we in a buffet line and you serving me the food from the buffet line? Like, how is that being handled? And also cruises. Like, people want to know, like, what's going to happen with the cruising industry. Like, a lot of people go on cruises. They enjoy cruises. And, how, the pandemic and all these things, it's going to dramatically change how the cruise industry operate, because you are in those ships are huge. They're kind of like hotels on water, but it's a lot of people, and interacting with people and moving within people. It's changing the way we kind of do things. I mean, the light at the end of the tunnel is that there are vaccines out there. So there's like 2 or 3 approved vaccines, and hopefully, we can all get vaccinated and move on, and we're all itching to travel and to go places. So I wanted to have a platform to talk about, like, what are those safety measures? What are happening? What are people doing as far as, like, the hotels, the cruise industry, the airlines? How we're able to get to a sense of better, right? Because I think what we know is normal, and what the past, like 2019, what we've been doing, 2018, 19, and so forth, that's not going to be 2020, 2021 and beyond. It's going to look completely different as far as, like, how we travel and what we do. So I wanted a platform to be able to do that. So there's going to be 2 websites. So there's going to be one that's already up and running, and that's www.luxtravelllc.com. You can go there. There's some information there that is managed by the website and things like that. But as far as the form and the blog and being able to have that contact and that communication, that website is under development, and it's going to be like Lux Travel Advisors, because we're all advisors in this travel, industry. We're advising each other. We're trying to understand what's going on and just have a better platform for that. So I want to have a platform for that. So that's coming. So what I would like to say to all of you guys is definitely stay connected. I'm on Lux Travel LLC. It's on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. You can follow me there, and you'll be able to know when the website, as well as the advisory one, is up and running, and we can start having those dialogues. Next on the list is probably the makeup. All Things Shar is kind of like is where I'm posting those things as far as, like, Facebook and Instagram. I love makeup. It's a passion of mine. I would say this is kind of more like as far as, like, putting on, like, the process and the technique of it. I've been practicing for a couple of years now, on and off. I haven't really been consistent with that, but what I have been consistent with is buying it. So I do have a lot of different makeups. I do try to do a lot of different looks. And I will also say that as far as the makeup line go, it's different for me. I'm darker toned. Not all things work on me. I would love if they did, but they don't. So I have to try things and see how they work out and one of the things I want us to do is have a dialogue and have a conversation about it. And we can, have that conversation. I do have a lot of different things. I have tried a lot of different things, but I don't know all things. So, I can tell you like what this is I have on today. I did take some pictures of it. I'm going to be posting that. So you can have it as a reference, but the video is going to go up as well. You probably get the pictures before you get the video. So once you get the video, you see the picture, you're like, oh, that's what she was talking about. And then we can have a conversation about, what I have on, what it looks like, what I'm wearing. The other thing, as far as on very long time, different people probably know about it, other people may not know about it, is that I'm Shar the mixologist. I've been mixing drinks for a very long time. I started mixing drinks when I was in the Air Force. I started out actually with 2 drinks. It was kind of like my go-to drinks when we were having events. And those go-to drinks were kamikazes and Long Island iced teas. I was the Long Island iced tea girl. I can make a good Long Island iced tea, especially when we was doing the fish fry. So I started out in it when I was in the military. Then I went to Rutgers. I did go to bartending school while I was at Rutgers. So I went to bartending school, and then I learned how to make other drinks other than just those 2. But the thing is, when you're on a college campus and you're a college student, guess what we do? We do Jello shots. That's what we do. We do Jello shots. So I used to make a bunch of Jello shots. And then after the Jello shots, I think one of the things that came out of that was, I started creating my own drinks. So I went from making drinks, bartending school, Jello shots. I was making drinks that, the famous ones. The martinis, the bellinis, and all those things. And then I started creating my own signature drinks. So these are ones that I was creating. These are the ones that I was making up. These are the ones that, I took my time to mix together for a particular event. And also shots. So I was making shots too for a particular event. Some of the drinks that I was making, like say for example, if you had a color theme, it was like green or blue or red, I would make the signature drink that color, and then I would name it a drink for that event. Unfortunately, doing all this time, because I was young, I didn't write any of this down. I don't remember any of those recipes. I don't. It wasn't until a couple years ago my sister started saying that I need to write them down. And then I started writing them down. I'm like, duh, I should have been writing this down the whole time. Because it was just fun for me. It was something that I was doing. I was doing it for my friends, and I was doing it for, family, for me, and, and just having a good time. I wasn't doing it and thinking about it as something like, maybe one day I need all these recipes and I can do it in a book, because that's one of the things that I think about. So when you talk about like Shar the mixologist, the next thing that I still make drinks, but the next thing I think that I would like to do is to create a book on the drinks that I make. So I was thinking about what would that look like. I was thinking, because I used to live in Florida, so, I used to do refreshing drinks, the poolside drinks and things like that. So I wanted to do maybe like a summer drinks, winter drinks, because I'm in the Northeast now. If you follow me, you know I move a lot. I'm in the Northeast now. Like winter drinks, because it's cold outside, kind of want something warm, but you want to have that warm, feel to it. And then I was thinking also about when COVID is over and we're done with this pandemic, people are going to go back to dinner parties, my signature drinks that you can have for your dinner parties, because you want it to be fun, you want it to be light, you want to have a good time. And then, you have the party ones, the shots and stuff. So, I want to be able to, have that in a book and have that out there for you guys, so you guys can make your own drinks and have a great time. And one of the things I could actually say about even bartending school and making drinks, it's not as easy as you think. I mean, the process itself takes a while because, you know, there's different tastes for different people. Some people like it strong, some people like it sweet, some people like it in between. And trying to get that mixed combination of strong, sweet, and in between is like the sweet spot. So it takes some practice and it takes some time. And also you have to know your alcohol. You know your liqueur. You have to know it. So, you know, what could be good for vodka may not be good for tequila and whiskey and gin and things like that. So understanding that and knowing that per the drink. So that's what's going on with Shar the mixologist. Still making drinks, and I'm going to continue to jot down these recipes, and eventually one day you'll see a book. Next, I would say is I think a person that is creative as me, you know, one of the things that I do is I make my own, like, shea butter and lotions and things like that. And I like to do it, but right now I'm only doing it for friends and family. Like, yeah, that's it. Yeah, I don't know my friends. I don't know my family. Yeah, I'm not. I think one day I get to a point where it's going to go to a place of where I'm marketing it and selling it, maybe at a farmer's market or something like that. But I think, you know, for right now, I'm not at that place because I'm somewhat of a perfectionist when it comes to, like, labeling, marketing, and advertising, what that looks like, and the branding of it all. It takes patience and time for me to get there to do that with that. And I do have I created a something to grow back my eyelashes. It was a long story. Some of this stuff come out of necessity because of myself. Like, things that I do. Like, for example, I went and got my lashes done. And I just wanted them done. I didn't do the research that I should necessarily be done. And one of the things I did not like was the glue with the lashes. I don't know. It irritated. It got on my nerves. So me being impulsive, what I did was I took a pair of scissors and cut them off. So I didn't have any lashes, so I had to create a serum for it to grow my lashes back, and my lashes grew back. So I do have that. Did I write that down? Yeah. So I'm hoping I wrote that down somewhere. Because they did grow back, and I do have my lashes back. So that's how some of these things come out. But as far as that, it's probably going to take some time for me to, like, tweak the branding and what that's going to look like. So to be continued, and more to come on that. Last but not least is White Properties. White Properties is my property management business. I have rentals. It's one of the things that has been the backbone of all these business ventures. It allows me to do these things because you need the capital to do them. Makeup is expensive. Makeup is very expensive, and so is alcohol. It's very expensive. Okay. So I need the capital to do that, and White Properties. White Properties has allowed me to do that. And being able to do these business ventures. So I want to thank everyone out there from spreading the word every time I have a rental that comes up and available, and staying consistent, and, you know, being able to have those units rented out. I do appreciate that because it allows me to express some of the things on my creative side, as far as, you know, Lux Travel, you know, All Things Shar, as far as the makeup, and also, you know, Shar the mixologist. I love being a mixologist. It's one of the things that I do on a consistent basis, probably more than any of these, is I make drinks. Good drinks for my friends. I do that all the time. So I want to just end this on a good note to say, you know, thank you. I appreciate all your support. Please stay connected to me. You know, there's www.luxtravelllc.com. Also on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube for Lux Travel LLC. I also have Instagram and Facebook for All Things Shar, and that's where you're gonna get, like, I do add photos of this look, so you'll see that on there. And like I said before, you'll see the photo before the video. And I want to thank you guys. I want to say thank you so much, and I appreciate, everything. And God bless, and please stay safe. I mean, I'm hoping that we get back to the point that we can, we're living, loving, and traveling safely again. And we will get to that point. I'm pretty sure of that. So thank you so much, and stay safe.